local Suns fan tweeting after the game. Suspending or fining anyone over last night's incident would not be right. I have a lot of respect for Jokic and don't want to see anything like that. So, Nick, suspensions, fines, what are you thinking here?
Don't care if they fine him. I think they should fine Ishbia for sure. If they want to fine Jokic too, so be it. You absolutely can't suspend him. So I have two very quick points. First one is, or three, I guess. First one, I've never liked Nikola Jokic more than this morning because of the game he had last night. Yeah. It was basically him versus two fire-breathing dragons, and he almost did it. He almost did it himself. And so he's been unbelievable this postseason. That's what I've wanted to see from him. He's got to keep going, so credit to him. That's the first thing. Second thing, Ishbia, way out of line in what he's doing here. He is delaying the game. Mm-hmm. He is trying. Listen, he just bought the team. He just bought the team. He's sitting there. You see Zeke's next to him, Brew. Yeah, he's sitting with Isaiah Thomas. He thinks he plays walk-on Michigan State. He thought he was in the action. So, no, I have no problem at all with what Joker did. Last point. That statement by Ishbia might have saved his ownership with the Suns. Here's why, Brew. You guys think I'm joking about basketball gods. I am not. And I'll prove it to you. Basketball gods hate one thing more than anything else, flopping. You know how I can prove it? Who's the biggest flopper of the last 20 years? Chris Paul. Has basketball gods smiled upon him? No.
There's a couple others.
Who's the second? James Harden. Have the basketball gods come to the postseason smiled upon him? Third might be Marcus Smart. Give me a break.
I'm just saying.
Hold on.
I think things have gone pretty well for LeBron James.
Wait a second. He's on the level of Chris Paul, James Harden, and Marcus Smart. Give me a break. Basketball gods do not smile upon that. So Ishbia, if he would have been like, suspend him, basketball gods would have smited them and his ownership. So he did the right thing. That is
cogent.
Okay, you explain James Harden, Chris Paul's playoff resume. The basketball gods aren't putting their fingers on the scale. So I'm glad he released that statement, Brew.
Yeah, look, I'm glad he released it too, because obviously it would benefit him if Jokic was suspended. And I don't want a suspension. I will be highly upset. And I picked the Suns, obviously, to win this series. I'll be highly upset, as I think everyone would, that if he were suspended. That would be ridiculous. Look, if you want to find both of them, I think you could find both of them. But you can argue. Now, if that was a regular fan, then now you got a real discussion. I still would be inclined to be like, look, there have been times in the past where the NBA moved too much off the letter of the law rather than the spirit of the law. Mm-hmm. Okay, and Jokic didn't mean to hurt anybody. Like, don't ruin what seems to be turning into a really good series by taking out the best player. And it can be argued that the owner was baiting.
Yes,
the best player on the other team.
Yeah.
And you're right, like, he clearly flopped. So, no, he absolutely should not be suspended. I'd be shocked if he were.
I don't think he would. $100,000 fine for Ishbia.
Okay.
Nothing for Jokic?
No, his technical gets rescinded.
What? Look, I don't mind finding him. He did touch a fan.
He's 71% true shooting on 37 a game. There's never been a 9-game stretch of 37-7 on 60-50 splits in the regular season, much less the playoffs, right? So what he's doing is unbelievable. But he's been doing it the whole postseason. The difference in the last two games, Brew, is they got home, they got out of that altitude I've been telling you all about, and the bench came through for him. Can we show it to you? The last two games versus the first 7 games, they got real bench production. If they were to get real bench production, Brew, they could win. They won't, so they can't. And Booker has been unbelievable. I'd be very surprised if he's not one of the new admits to Club Superstar in a couple days. But
he better be.
This is not possible to sustain for an entirety of a post. Yeah, you can't shoot 60-50 on it's not possible. Wait, what's this?
I'm going to raise what you said.
Okay, where are we going?
What's this?
Who's the best player on the Phoenix Suns?
Right now?
It's Devin Booker.
It's been Devin Booker.
I don't mean just in this series or even just in the playoffs.
He is past Durant.
Historically, Kevin Durant's better, obviously.
But moving forward,
but right now,
better.
Durant's 34, will be 35 in September. Right now, Devin Booker's their best player. Mm-hmm. He's better against the double team. The last 2 threes he hit in the third quarter, which were huge, against double teams. Yeah. He's better against the double teams. He's stronger. Physical defense bothers Durant. We've seen it now the last 2 postseasons. He was great yesterday, but I'm just saying, And obviously Booker's a better playmaker. I'm not trying to, rip Durant because he's playing great too. But Booker is the man. Like, that's obvious how well this dude is balling. And he's running the point now that Chris Paul's out. To answer your question, I'm with Nick. No, just those two, as great as they are, will not beat Denver. But where I disagree with Nick is I'm not sure the bench can't keep this up because Monty Williams has started to trust the bench more. That's part of it too.
Guys playing the
right. He wasn't playing Terrence Ross and TJ Warren. I don't know what they weren't doing defensively or why they were in the doghouse, but maybe desperation forced them to say, look, let me put him out there. And they've scored 25 points combined in the last 2 games. So I think him trusting the bench more, playing them more, and campaign. You mocked me when I said campaign. Look, are they not playing faster?
Okay.
They're playing faster with campaign than the great Chris Paul. And I'm not saying obviously not better than Chris Paul, but they're playing faster, and that's benefited
Just quickly here, pretend for a moment you hadn't picked this series. Right now, this moment, do you feel like Denver has the edge? Because I feel like Denver has the decided edge right now.
I would give Denver the slight edge, yes. Okay. But this is now a series. I mean, I think the bench is the key.
Is really good for, Wildes? Lakers. This thing's going long now. This thing all of a sudden, instead of being a fast series, long series.
Oh, 7?
Well, they both going to be long.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.